Hey, Mike here. So I was just on a call. Um, it's a program I'm a part of, and of course, the subject of Ukraine came up, and it dramatically shifted. I mean, it was in the last few minutes, but it dramatically shifted the energy of what was happening in that call, and it got me to thinking: is how much an event that's happening on the other side of the world can have any impact in our day-to-day lives. Now, Ukraine is nothing small, right? So I don't have anybody directly in my life who's Ukrainian. I have lots of Ukrainian friends, but none of them that I know of are there or going there. Um, I haven't heard any reports of family and such, and yet it's real. It's there. Um, and I'm willing to bet, and maybe something I'll do this afternoon is reach out to them and let them know, I'm here for you and I'm thinking about you. The other thing that strikes me is the number of people I know who are Russian in heritage. Some of them first generation, some of them multiple generations being here in Canada. And yet, for many of them, I believe they too are being impacted. Because here's what I believe: for the vast majority of people who have a Russian heritage, they don't support this. They don't want this. They're not a part of this. They might be equally as upset and puzzled by it as me. And then I think of all the people um, that I work with and that you work with, or not even work, just in your lives. Because here's what I know: there isn't one person out there who's not being impacted by what's going on over there right now. They might be doom scrolling through social media, and yes, I found myself doing that a few times. To the point I've kind of time boxed myself so that I do what I need to, and I don't want to ignore what's going on. But they could be doom scrolling, and they're just getting caught up in it. I also think of the people out there who do know Ukrainians and Russians and others who are directly impacted by this. I just can't imagine what they're going through. And beyond that, every single person is wondering what's going to happen, what's next, what's Putin going to do next if we push him over the edge. And so here's what I know: is not talking about this not helpful. We need to talk about this. We need to give it space. We need to give it time. Because in not talking about it, what people will do is bury it. They'll churn on it. It's still here. It's still in their mind. Meanwhile, you know, leaders could be pushing them to still produce whatever they need to for work. Deadlines are still looming. Here in Ontario, to be specific, we're about to lift mandates. And regardless of what side of that you're on, there's a lot of people who are worried about mandates lifting, whether it's because they just don't agree or they have somebody at home who's vulnerable to something like COVID, immune compromised or whatever it may be. People are being overloaded right now with the issues that are in the world around them. The war, COVID, economic issues, gas prices going up. I haven't been out in 2 days, just haven't had a need to go out. The last time I looked, gas prices were like $1.70 or something here per liter. And for here, that's quite high. Probably the last time I saw not that long ago, they were $1.25, $1.30. So they've gone up very significantly. And yes, my numbers might be off there. So there's lots of things people are worried about. It could even be, from an economic point of view, will I be able to afford to put food on the table, to pay rent, to get to work, right? What if gas prices double? There may be people who can't afford to get to work long term. And so don't deny that that's going on. When we go into denial is a mindset. If we go into denial, when we go into denial, we all do it. Basically, we're coping. We're going, there's a problem here that's so painful that I don't want to look at it. And so we're stuck with it, and it weighs on us. And so as leaders, as friends, as teammates, as whoever, the greatest thing you could do, the greatest gift you can give someone is to give them space to talk. Nothing to fix. No magic wand, no trying to somehow make them feel better, whatever it is. Just a simple act of letting people talk can have a profound effect on what's happening inside of them. Let them feel heard. Be there for them. Share your pain and struggle and anxiety too, right? But ignoring it, here's what I know, is not the answer. We have to talk about how we're feeling about what's going on. The obvious part about this is mental health. I'm fortunate. Other times I'm bummed and struggle and whatever mentally. Yep, absolutely. I believe all of us do. And yet I don't suffer with a major mental health kind of issue. But for those who do, just being there for them, listening to them, you never know what kind of difference that's going to make. You could lift their mood. You could help them move past it and feel like they're actually in control of their life. Or who knows, you might even save a life. So as much as we all want to get back to that thing called normal, if normal exists, as much as we all want to get back to that, we have to respond to what's happening in our world around us right now. We have to pay attention. You can't go back to what it was 2-3 years ago, whatever it is. Instead, look to see what's needed now, right here, right now, in front of me. It could make all the difference for somebody. Thank you for listening. We're in this together. And together, we'll move forward. We'll create a better world. We will have sunnier days ahead. Thank you.